Hi, everybody. Welcome to Carter Finley Stadium on the campus of North Carolina State as Texas Tech continues their coast-to-coast non-conference travels this year. Let's pick up first half action as North Carolina State kicks off. Ball is fielded by Chris Kinney. Couple of jukes. He returns for 11. Let's pick up action. 2nd and 10 from the 30. The Bammer goes over left tackle, and he gets 12. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 from the 42. The Bammer tries the right side. He gets a tough 5. On 3rd down, Robert Hall rolls right. He throws to Lloyd Hill for 9 yards. Lloyd had 6 catches on the day. 1st and 10, the Bammer, good blocking right side, and he gains 8 more. 2nd and 2 from the 36. Robert goes to his left, throws, great catch. Lloyd Hill again, good for 10. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. Robert on the misdirection. He's knocked out of bounds after a gain of 15. 3rd and 8 from the 9. Robert rolls right, he's sacked. That brings on John Davis. 33-yard field goal try is up and good. Texas Tech 54-yard drive, 14 plays. They're ahead 3-0. First play for the Wolfpack. This is Anthony Barber. He only gets 2 on the first play. He had 189 yards on the day. 2 plays later, Jeff Barber keeps on the option play. He moves for 7. 1st and 10 now from the 34. Barber hesitates. He's knocked down. Loss of 2 on the play. Damon Wickware along with others on the play. 2 plays later, great screen pass, and it goes for 15 yards as Shaw is finally knocked down. 1st and 10 now from the Tech 48. Barber straight up the middle. He goes for 8. Make it 2nd and 2 from the Tech 40. Barber again. Option left, and he's going to gain 15 as he's finally knocked down again by Damon Wickware. 4 plays later. Little dipsy doodle. Lawrence all the way down the left sideline. Nice block. Touchdown, North Carolina State. That was a 80-yard drive, 12 plays, and North Carolina State moves up 7-3. Ziskel's kickoff is fielded by Jamie Gibbs from Ballinger, and he returns for 22. Let's move to 2nd and 15 now from the 28. The Bammer only gains 1. North Carolina State ranked in the top 25 in the nation. Robert King has to punt. He does. 44-yard punt with only a 1-yard return. Good kick coverage. Let's move to 2nd and 7. Bender looks deep, throws for Hinton. Kinney, Chris Kinney with the interception. He's across midfield, the 40-35, knocked down at the 32-yard line. 2 plays later, 2nd and 7. Robert Hall on the quarterback draw. He loses 1 yard. Move to 3rd and 8 from the 29. Hall, Lloyd Hill, he has it. He has a touchdown, and he celebrates with Raider Red. So Texas Tech moves back on top as John Davis boots the extra point. 31-yard drive after the Kinney interception. Texas Tech back on top 10-7. Let's move to second quarter action now. This is 1st and 10 from the 38. Barber with the Beavers on his back. Only gains a couple. Then North Carolina State back with Vidich's 48-yard field goal. It's tied up. North Carolina State back on the defensive. Ziskel kicks off. Tracy Saul fields it, and he is pulled down after a return of 16. The Bammer gets the call, and he gets a tough 4 yards. Robert then wants to pass. Ooh, ball intended for Lloyd Hill, almost picked off. Faced with a 4th and 7. Robert King again to punt. Ball is going to be fielded by Turner, and watch these moves up the middle, then to the left sideline. When all is said and done, he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of 17. Personal foul on Tech was declined, so North Carolina State 1st and 10 from the 47. Bender drops back. He can't escape. He's going to be knocked down by Stephen Gaines. 3 plays later, 2nd and 7. Bender finds Barber in the left flat. He makes a couple of nice moves and he gains 15. 2 plays later, 2nd and 8 from the 12. Shaw over left tackle. Finally pulled down by Tracy Saul after a gain of 9. 1st and goal from the Tech 3. Shaw again goes left. Into the end zone, just barely. Good for the touchdown. 47-yard drive, 8 plays. North Carolina State back on top. Let's pick it up, Texas Tech. 1st and 10. The Bammer outside. He's going to pick up 8 before he steps out of bounds. 2 plays later, 2nd and 7 from midfield. Robert Lloyd Hill, good! Robert really sharp with Lloyd Hill on this day. That good for a gain of 25. Again, Robert wants to throw. Secondary receiver, Don Hasley, the tight end. He has a gain of 8. 2 plays later, 2nd and 7. The Bammer gets the call. He moves down the left sideline after a gain of 6. 3 plays later, 3rd and 8 from the State 9. Robert starts right on the option. Lawrence wraps him up, -1. John Davis comes in again, 27-yard field goal. It's good. And Tech moves within 4, 17-13. Let's pick up first play for North Carolina State. Bender tosses into the right flat for Barber. Good for a gain of 8. 2 plays later, 1st and 10 from the 32. Bender, option. Bad pitch. Tech could have come up with it, but North Carolina State recovers. 3 plays later. Kirkpatrick comes in and punts the ball. 48-yard punt. Tracy Saul down the right side. He's going to gain 8 yards back for Texas Tech on the play. 1st and 10 from the 30. Robert scrambling. He's going to pick up 9 on the play. 2 plays later, 3rd and 2 from the 38. The Bammer starts left, but he's in trouble. -3 for Tech on the play. That brings on Robert King again. Ball is going to be booted for 36 yards. Fair catch by Turner. 55 seconds left in the first half. 1st and 10 for State. Bender. Nice screen pass. Barber catches it. He makes a couple of nice moves, turns on the jet, finally going to be knocked out of bounds after a gain of 24. 2 plays later. Bender throws for Hinton. It's far. It is a great catch right there. Gain of 22. Few seconds left in the half. 3rd and 4. Bender in the corner of the end zone. Hinton, how did he catch that football? But he did. That was a touchdown. State at the half leads 24. Texas Tech 13. The stats will tell the story. Texas Tech behind on the scoreboard. They're also behind on the statistics at halftime. First downs, it was Texas Tech trailing 14-8. In rushes, Texas Tech only with 74 yards on the day. North Carolina State had 122. Passing game, Tech also behind, 81-131. And in time of possession, Texas Tech almost 14 minutes, but North Carolina State with 2 minutes more at 16:04. It only gets worse in the second half. You might not want to leave the room, but you might want to cover your eyes. So let's get back to second half action. The second half began in the worst possible way as Tracy Saul went down with a knee injury. Sunday morning, he underwent orthoscopic surgery. The epitome of a great player, the class kid. For North Carolina State, Lawrence begins their second possession as he gains 6. But a holding call cost North Carolina State 10. On 1st and 14, Bender loses the football. Brady Field recovers. And Texas Tech takes over. Robert Hall spins right, and he gains 5 before he gets down. 2nd and 5, the Bammer goes along the left side. He picks up 12. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 from the 17. Robert fires over the middle. Scott Ayler catches. Good for 7. 3 plays later. 4th down and 3. Going for Lloyd Hill, broken up. Thought there might have been some interference there, but Texas Tech turns the ball over. 1st and 10, Barbauer through the line. He gets 8. Brady Field with the tackle. 3 plays later, 2nd and 6. Barbauer carries on the option, left side. And a dead ball foul. There's the flag on Tech. Cost him 15 yards. 1st and 10 from the 49. Bender to Maynard. The left flat, he gets 11. Another flag right there that cost him another 15 yards. 1st and 10 from the 23. Barbauer over right tackle. He gets 11. Move it down 4 plays later. Bender is nailed by the blitz, but look at this. Ball is free. Referee's arms are up. He calls a touchdown. Scoring drive was 90 yards after that failed 4th down play. North Carolina State up 31-13, and look at this. High kick, ball off Damon Wickware, and North Carolina State comes up with it. 2 plays later, Barbauer runs over 1 tackle. He picks up 7. Zach Thomas eventually pulls him down. 2 plays later, Barbauer takes the pitch right. There's Mike Licio with the high tackle, -4. 2nd and 14. Barbauer upended in the secondary by Adams. 3rd and 8. Jordan lofts one up the goal line. Intercepted. No. Touchdown. Shaw comes down with it. And just like that, 14 more points in the second half. It is now 38-13. Make it 3rd and 5 from the 40 for Tech. Bruce Hill options right. He gains 4. Make it 4th and 1. The Bammer, good hole. He gets 6 for the 1st down. 1st and 10 from midfield. Robert is in trouble. He's sacked. That ends the 3rd quarter. North Carolina State up 36-13. Let's go to the 4th quarter. 3rd and 10 from midfield. Robert wants to throw. Hits Mitchell in the flat, but boy, he pays for it. No gain. 4th and 10. Robert King to punt. He's in trouble. He's going to be sacked by Logo. And that's a -12. North Carolina State gets the ball. Let's go to 2nd and 7 from the 34. Barbauer is in trouble. He's going to be knocked down there by Sean Jackson. 3rd and 4 from the 31. Jordan caught, knocked down for a loss of 4. Brady Field credited with the tackle. The punt, you want to see how the day went for North Carolina State. Look at this pitching wedge. Ball goes back and is killed at the 6-yard line. On the first play, Robert with the fake. Scoots down the sideline. He gets out, but the drive stalls there. That brings Robert King back in. He puts his toe to the ball, a good kick, 48 yards, but North Carolina State fumbles the ball, then picks it up, finds the sideline. That's Turner. He gets 12. 1st and 10 from the 32. Barbauer up the middle. Look at this. He's off to the races. Marcus Coleman has a shot, but Barbauer is too quick. He's all the way into the end zone and all the way into the hedges. North Carolina State pouring it on now, 45-13. Nothing going right for Texas Tech. But look at this effort by Jamie Gibbs. Takes it at the 1. He's hit once, twice, still fights, and attracts a crowd. 1st and 10 from the 18. Robert still at quarterback. Fires right flat. Donald Marshall there. Picks up 13. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10. Robert wants to throw. Now he's in trouble, and he's sacked. Pretty good blocking by that offensive line that time. 3rd and 16. Robert finds Mitchell over the middle. Good for 27. 1st and 10 from the 48. Robert to Classical Freeman. He's across midfield. He's across the 40 to 35, down at the 33. 1st and 10. Robert again wants to throw, but the ball is picked off by Turner. He returns it for 19 yards. Let's pick it up 2nd and 10 from the 31. Shaw now in at quarterback. He options, and it picks up 12. Zach Thomas again on the tackle. 1st and 10. Shaw pitches left. Cuts back. He's off to the races. Watch this. Backs his way down the field before he is finally brought down by Armour. 4 plays later. Shaw, pitch from Browning, cuts back and gains another 10. 2 plays later, 3rd and 8 from the Tech 20. Gunner up the middle. He's going to be knocked down by Beavers. That for a loss of 1. The drive stalls. Osborne comes in, 38-yard field goal. That raises the tally to State 48, Texas Tech 13. Once again, Vidic kicks off, and once again, Jamie Gibbs comes up with the football. He's going to be knocked down after a return of 13. Jason Clemens now in at quarterback for Texas Tech. 1st and 10 from the 15. Classical Freeman with the football. He goes over the right side for 6. Make it 2nd and 4 from the Texas Tech 21. Clemens out to Lloyd Hill. Lloyd has it. As we told you, he had 6 catches on the day. 1st and 10 from the 26. Jason Clemens, deep drop, throws over the middle to Hill. Nice catch and good second effort. But just the way the day went. 2nd and 1 from the 35. Clemens throws deep for Mitchell. It's intercepted. That's the way the day went. The final, State 48, Texas Tech 13. Let's go to the locker room and see if we can find any answers.
Sort of puzzling, really. I guess that we didn't do a very good job getting our team ready to play. I thought they responded pretty good. Even at no time in this ball game did we ever look like we were ever in sync and we were playing with enthusiasm. And that's my job, and we just did a poor job of that. Even though it was close early, and even though it looked like we had things under control at times, we never did respond like I thought we would, and that's a poor job. That worries you. It really does, because they had the same thing happen to them last week as we had. I mean, we can say that the A&M loss hurt us, but they had a Georgia Tech loss that was exactly the same thing. So they handled it and we didn't, and that's bad. I just, you hate that when that does happen. The thing that, where do you go from here? What do you do now? And we've backed ourselves in a corner again, and we've come up with some giant obstacles ahead of us. We've really got to get a lot of work done in the open date. We certainly were porous today on defense. The 3rd down ratio was not good. On offense, we didn't make many 3rd downs. The kicking game was, we had a punt blocked again, and not again, but a punt blocked, and we seemed to lose our discipline as the game went on. I don't know, there was just not much poise there, and these are the things that do concern you. The things that are noteworthy, I guess, is the fact that our players care, and they've worked hard to get where they are. They don't feel good about it. We just got an old country tail kicking, and that happens to you every once in a while, whether you like to admit it or not. And you can go try to dream up all the scientific excuses, I guess you might say, and we just got outplayed in every area today. And when you do that, well, the obvious is the scoreboard tells the whole story, and that's what it was today.
As for stepping in for Tracy, they're big shoes to fill, but that's my job. I'm expected to go through, and if he goes down, I'm expected to make the plays. And I didn't play as well as I need to. It goes back to coach trying to tell us to get ready for the game every week, and you hear that and you hear that, and when you're backing up somebody like Tracy, you don't really expect to get a whole lot of time, but you've got to be ready, and that's something that I've got to work on myself.
Were you mentally prepared to go in after you saw Tracy go down? Were you fired up as you went into the game?
Yeah, I was excited, naturally, just being able to play. But I don't think that, personally, that I prepared myself as well this week as I should have. I really, honestly and truly, I didn't expect to get in. But you've got to, with football like it is today, you've got to expect to go in at any time. And it's something that I'm going to have to work on really hard.
Let's talk about defensive play on the side of the ball tonight. What were your thoughts about the defense? They had a high number of points today. A frustrating time, especially in the second half. Everything fell right for them. What were your thoughts on defensive side of the ball?
Well, personally, I just don't believe that we played as well as we should. A lot of times we weren't making the plays. We had a lot of missed tackles and so forth. We've just got to stand up and make the plays when we have to make them.
That we could come out and throw the ball, run the ball against these guys, because they have a good defense. But that's beside the point. We came out second half and we didn't play like we should have played.
Go through the touchdown catch with us again. Another great catch by you, another great pass by Robert to put the team up in the first half. Describe that play as it happened.
I think they were blitzing us, and they only had one guy on me, and they had some guys over there, a bunch of guys on the other side of the receiver, where the other receivers are. And they had one-on-one with me backside, and I gave him a head and shoulder move and faked it inside. Rob did a good job of getting me the ball.
The second half, real frustrating. All the balls and the breaks went to them. What were your thoughts as on the offensive side of the ball as you had to go in the second half and keep coming back as they mounted more points?
It was no excuse for how we played. We played terrible. We couldn't get nothing going, and we had missed assignments here and missed assignments there, and we can't do that. If we do, the same results going to happen like this one did.
We spent too much time mourning the loss last week. We spent too much time thinking what went wrong, what play caused us to lose in the game last week, and we didn't think about North Carolina State, and that's what happened out there.
Did their offense do anything that took y'all by surprise today, or were you pretty much ready for anything they had?
No, they didn't do anything that was a big surprise. They outplayed us. They wanted it more.
You had a couple of real good tackles today, especially one late in the game. You really almost took the guy's head off. How would you evaluate your play today on the defense?
I did all right. It's the whole defense. I play good if the whole defense plays. We all play good together. Nobody plays good if the whole defense doesn't perform and do what they should do. Nobody looks good. We all got scored on. We all, all those points happen to all of us.
Well, we just didn't come out there and play like we had to do. They're a good team. You got to give it to them. They played hard. They came out and they were fired up. We didn't take advantage of the situations that we were put in, and you can't win games when you don't do that.
The first half, the offense has played especially well, especially you drive down and you lead the ball game twice in the first half. You thought you had probably a pretty good chance to go ahead and pull away from it at that point. What were your thoughts on the offensive side of the ball today?
Well, we felt like we could control the line of scrimmage. I think, at times we did. We should have controlled it all day long. We were excited. We had confidence in ourselves in the first half, especially. We were moving the ball. We just couldn't make things click the second half.
What do you think that their defense made some kind of adjustments on you, or do you think that everything just kind of shut down after that?
I don't think they made any major adjustments. It just, they just came through and started making the plays, and we weren't making them.
Well, I kind of like to grade the game on how many times I get to kick in a game, and I didn't get to kick enough. So hopefully we'll come back and play a lot better.
How about kicking the field goals off grass? Does that pose any particular problems for you?
Yeah, I'll admit it. It's pretty tough kicking off grass, and it's always been hard for me, especially off the ground. And we hardly ever practice it unless we're going to do it before a game that's on grass. And I think I was lucky to come away with 2 of them, so I'm glad.
We talked about last week about how significant that field goal was late in the A&M ball game. You've now kicked 5 straight field goals. How do you feel about the way you're kicking the football?
I feel like I'm kicking pretty good. Every time I've hit the ball solid, I've always made it. And hopefully I can just continue to kick it as well as I am.
Well, you mentioned this. You didn't get that many opportunities to kick extra points, and that's the key thing for you. What do you think this team has got to do now in a week off and then come back to play SMU in 2 weeks?
I think the main thing we got to do is shake this loss off. It's kind of really tough to get beat by top-ranked team really bad when we know we can compete with anybody in the nation, and we just got to come back strong and practice hard and get ready for SMU.
We knew that was the first time we've scored on the first drive, so we thought it would be an easy day for it. That might have messed us up. Maybe we're a better team by playing catch-up, but I think the first half we executed pretty well, but maybe not as well as we wanted to. And second half we thought we were just going to come back and defense was going to stop them. We get the ball and go score right then, and we got stopped on the 4th down there, and I guess that just showed how the rest of the day was going to be.
Tough loss on the road 2 weeks in a row, and now you've got a couple of weeks off before SMU. I think last week's loss was tough, and this one's got to hurt as well. What can you do to help this team bounce back and get ready for the Mustangs?
I think we got to think in our mind that we are a good team, but we have to play every game to be good. I think we've been thinking about too many other things besides taking one game at a time. We're thinking we're going to march through the conference and people are going to respect us, but we have to earn the respect. We have to start practicing harder and getting up for a team week by week.
discipline is so hard, and consistent discipline, consistent play, a team that plays the same every Saturday, and that's what we've got to get to. We cannot have the ups and downs. It just makes it makes these kids, they never have any feeling of consistency, and I don't know. I really thought that we'd prepared well. I thought our guys had practiced well last week. I thought we were ready to play. I thought we had a great chance to knock off North Carolina State. And, of course, obviously it didn't work that way. And they're devastated. They're hurt. They know that we didn't play very good. And I think that the next 2 weeks will be very important for the future of this football team.